Hi, welcome to Bitesize Piano. In this lesson I'm going to teach you about chords that have only 2 notes. We'll go over the theory of them, the most common different types. I will give you a little test on them as well, and at the end I will give you some reference songs and pieces of music to try and help your ear remember them. So first let's dive in about the theory of 2-note chords. 2-note chords are the most basic chords. They're also known as harmonic intervals. An interval is simply the distance between 2 notes. Harmonic intervals describe the distance between 2 notes played together at the same time, so a chord. Melodic intervals, the other ones, describe the distance between 2 notes that are played separately, like in a melody. So to work out what an interval is called, we just count the distance between the 2 notes from the lowest note counting as 1. So for example, a C to a G is a fifth because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 5 notes apart. If we look at the other intervals, so again using C as 1, so a C to D, we'll just work through the notes to the scale of C major. So this is a second, because 1, 2, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then octave. So that's just the number names. It does go a bit more specific than that. As well as the number of the interval, the type also needs to be described in the names. The interval types we'll learn about are called perfect, major and minor. So here is a list of these major and minor and perfect intervals from smallest to largest with their formulas. So how many semitones are within them. So a minor second, again if we use C, a minor second is effectively a semitone apart. A major second are 2 notes that are a tone apart. A minor third are 3 semitones apart, 1, 2, 3. A major third are 4 semitones apart, 1, 2, 3, 4. A perfect fourth are 5 semitones apart. A perfect fifth are 7 semitones apart. A minor sixth are 8 semitones apart. A major sixth are 9 semitones apart. A minor seventh are 10 semitones apart. This sounds a bit more dissonant, so a major seventh are 11 semitones apart, and then an octave are 12 semitones apart. The word perfect means that these notes exist, for example, a C to an F and a C to a G and a C to a C. They exist in the scale of both the major and the minor. So C major, the 4th and the 5th notes are F and G. In C minor, the 4th and 5th notes are also F and G. So perfect fourths, perfect fifths are more neutral sounding chords. They don't sound as major or minor. Now I'm going to test you just using some random harmonic intervals on the piano, and then I'll give you the answers. So get a pen and paper ready. Let me know how you did in the comments. So I'm going to challenge you now. I want you to find the following intervals from each of these given notes, and then I'll give you the answers. So I want you just to pause and have a go at finding these 7 intervals, and you can obviously refer back to that table with the formulas we've just looked at. So let's go through them. So a major third from F. So here's our F. A major third is an F and A. A minor sixth from D is D and B flat. Minor sixth. A perfect fifth from B is an F sharp. A major second from C is a D. A perfect fourth from A is D, A and D. A major seventh from G sharp is actually what you would call an F double sharp. trickier one I threw in there. And a perfect octave from E flat is E flat. So it doesn't matter which octave on the piano you use there. So now I'm going to give you some songs or pieces of music that you should hopefully recognize that will help you with the ear training aspects of harmonic and melodic intervals. Some will be a lot easier than others. Here is a list that I tend to use with my students. We can recognize intervals by ear if we don't have perfect pitch, which most of us don't have. So a common way to recognize intervals is to associate them with reference songs or pieces of music that you know well. Here is a list of the intervals. So let's go through these intervals with a couple of song suggestions that hopefully everyone will know. So a minor second, probably most famously, is, and you know I don't actually know what two notes the Jaws theme is, but it's any very low semitones basically. There's also the Pink Panther theme. So all of those are semitones or minor seconds. And then major seconds, the first two notes of Happy Birthday, so Happy Birthday to you. And then the first two notes of Silent Night, Silent Night, Holy Night. Starts with a tone or a major second. And if you can sing a major scale as well, this is also very useful. Da, 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 da. Being able to sing major scales is very, very useful for trying to train your ear by recognizing intervals. So a minor third. So for example, again, I'm just using C for a lot of these. So a C to an E flat. The first two notes of Brahms' Lullaby. Another minor third one is the start of Greensleeves. So the first two notes. So on to major thirds. So we have the Blue Danube, which is so the first two notes. Blue Danube by John Strauss II, and then Oh When the Saints, oh when, that's the first two notes, oh when the saints go marching in. So then a perfect fourth, Amazing Grace, first two notes, Amazing Grace, amazing. Here Comes the Bride. And then a perfect fifth, and there's many for this one. The one that I tend to use is the Star Wars theme. And then Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So then a minor sixth, the Entertainer. So everyone knows the Entertainer, but it's not the first two notes. So it's the third and the fourth notes. So that's the minor sixth. And then a major sixth, the lullaby that goes Hush Little Baby. So we have Hush Little Baby. Hush little baby, don't say a word. So hush little. So the first two notes of that song. And then the other example I have for major sixth is the first two notes of Angels by Robbie Williams. I sit and wait, I sit and wait. So the one I have for the minor seventh may not be as popular or known, but it's Somewhere from West Side Story. There's a place for us. So on the words, there's a, and then the major seventh, Take on Me by a-ha. Take on me. And then Don't Know Why by Norah Jones. I'll wait it till. So first two sung notes from that one. I saw the sun. And then a perfect octave or an eighth, very famous, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland from Wizard of Oz. Somewhere over the rainbow. Some of them are quite tricky to find identifiable, recognisable, sort of universally recognisable songs or pieces of music from. I'm sure you can find others if you search on the internet. These are just the ones that I mostly use. So I hope you found this lesson useful. I've left my free Chords piano course linked in the description, so go and check that out. It's a free 2-hour course which will hopefully follow on nicely from this lesson. So I hope you're well and that I see you soon. That's the end of this video. If you have a request, please leave them in the comment section of this video. Also remember to like and subscribe. I've left some videos here you might like, so go and check those out. I also have a course, so if you would like to learn how to read music from scratch, go visit Bitesize Piano Course.co.uk. You can enroll and start learning. I'll see you in the next video.